Welcome back to my channel. I'm Konzetsu, and today we have even more unique magic cards to add some flair to your decks. The first card for today is Hallow. This instant for 1 white will prevent all damage from a single spell and turn that damage prevented into life gain. While this may only land a few health here and there, we play in a format where Blasphemous Act is played regularly. This could even be something that you use on your own spell if needed. It's versatile, low costed, and definitely not expected. Next up, we have Overmaster. While red doesn't have much in the ways of countering magic, this gives it the same effect with an upside of a cantrip. Not only is it just a good card to give you that guarantee of your big spell going off, but it could be good bait for a counterspell on its own. 1 mana to draw out a counter will never be bad. Our third card is an odd one with Credit Voucher. It's a 2-drop artifact that gives you a partial wheel whenever you need it. For 2, tapping and sacrificing the voucher, you shuffle any number of cards from your hand into your library and draw that many cards. The closest thing would be Scroll Rack, and this is not only much more budget friendly, but will normally let you sculpt your hand a bit more completely instead of just swapping the top few cards for each other over and over. One other good thing about Credit Voucher is that it's an artifact, and there are countless ways to break artifacts. My personal favorite is to toss this into a prototype portal and have a constant sculpt in any deck that draws a noticeable amount of cards. Fourth on the list is Raking Canopy. This is an enchantment for 1 and 2 green that says whenever a creature with flying attacks you, Raking Canopy does 4 damage to it. This is very good at protecting you from those evasive creatures your opponents have that green has an issue with stopping. While reach is becoming more common, it's normal not to have any way to stop the flying decks, and this just helps. 4 damage also gets rid of most things that you see at an EDH table. Thopters, angels, and even some dragons fall into this range quite nicely. Our 5th card is Bubble Matrix. This 4-cost artifact prevents all damage that will be dealt to creatures. While this is a symmetrical effect, it can still be abused if used right. It of course lets you do some shenanigans with things like Pariah or Palisade Giant, letting your creatures absorb that damage to keep you alive. I think the use of this in token decks is also particularly nasty. Sure, you may have a few creatures get blocked and do nothing, but if you have more things to hit with, the damage is still going to go through to your opponent all the same. Speaking of tokens, I'll toss a bonus set in for our second video. The Echoing Cycle doesn't see much play either, and I feel that it can do some good work in the right settings. Echoing Calm, Courage, Decay, Ruin, and Truth all have solid effects against anything with the same name as your target. Calm destroys all enchantments with the same name. Courage gives +2/+2. Decay gives -2/-2. And Ruin destroys all artifacts, while Truth returns non-lands to their owner's hands. These will of course do well against token strategies and can be very low cost removal spells, as they all cost 1 generic and 1 of their color. All but the Echoing Ruin are instants as well, so you can hold them for that perfect moment. One thing to remember on these is that it hits everything with that name, not just for that one opponent. If you Echoing Ruin a Soul Ring and everyone at the table has one, you wipe all the Soul Rings. And if you say you have people making treasure tokens, well, someone may not like how easily you clear their advantage. So what are your thoughts on these unique cards? If you have any cards that you wish got more play, let us know in the comments. Make sure if you enjoyed this video to give it a like and subscribe for more unique magic cards that will make your deck stand out. If you're in need of more magic, you can visit me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/kon_zetsu, where I'll be playing games, building decks, and talking over more unique cards and interactions that may not make it here to YouTube. And until next time, may your draws be strong.